Good morning, welcome to a Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 18th of September. So quick look then at the news events coming out first thing this morning. I say first thing this morning, but this morning. Just bring this up here. So in fact I'm going to look a little bit beyond today because there's nothing today. but there are plenty of biggies this week which could affect today's trading. So that's important. We look further ahead than just bang in front of us. So nothing today. Bank holiday if you're in Japan. It's not worth flying out there. Time I fly out there it will be over. Anyway, moving on. The we got Australian monetary policy minutes in the early morning tomorrow, but more importantly we got this. I say more importantly, as importantly, we've got the Canadian data coming out there, the inflation data coming out. That might point a bit more to what's happening with the Bank of Canada. Right, but the real stuff starts rolling in on Wednesday. We've got the Fed meeting on Wednesday, so expect to be or see some fireworks around that to a degree. Interest rates not expected to be increased on this occasion, according to this, but I'll need to check my my better source for the sure. I'll update you tomorrow, Wednesday, on that. But it is key, and the important thing is the statement of what's coming next. That's really what traders are looking for. Okay, and then on Thursday we've got the Swiss National Bank rate expected to increase to 2% there. Aside of that, we've got the Bank of England at 12 o'clock with the statements, etc. And then 1:30, that's it. And then on Friday we've got the Bank of Japan, and we've got the very important retail, the flash data for manufacturing and services. Almost said retail sales then, but this flash data comes out all day basically. We've got France, Germany first thing in the morning, and then Europe as a whole. And then 9:30 we've got the UK data, and then at 2:45 we've got the US data. So core retail sales, there are some on Friday, so busy old day on Friday. Right, and the important days, we are looking at these flash figures to see whether there's any slowdown or continued slowdown, so very important data. Right, let's get cracking and look at these markets then. Starting off with the euro dollar. We've been discussing this in the room this morning a little. This is, I mean, the big trend certainly down here. Short-term trend, we've got this sort of flag pattern running back up here, and I say sort of, it's a reasonable flag. Looks a bit messier on the shorter time frames, but I'm just looking for this morning, looking for the breakdown below the 50, the 34 and the daily pivot there. That will look better. So, but I need to see what happens post 8 o'clock. There's no rush into this. There's chances back to the lows and then beyond on this. If it's a flag pattern, we expect it to push on and continue for a bit yet. I'll be sorting out specific numbers in the room in a short while. The pound also looking soft. It's caught a little bounce at the moment here, but short term it too, well, certainly big long term, intermediate term and short term then. There you go. There's a short-term bounce, but look at what it's doing there. Again, once again, we've got scope there down towards the pivot, and maybe beyond. This maybe a better shaped flag on the euro, but the pound's quite reliable on its moves. Anyway, looking soft, ready to go. Now the other majors I'll run through them very quickly here. The dollar yen continues to push up here. The dollar continues to show strength, the yen weakness. However, there is started on the intermediate time frame a little bit of a move down there, but for me it's preparing. Looks like it's preparing again for another bit of a bounce, but above the pivot it'll look daily pivot, it'll look more bullish and maybe back towards those highs. Now those highs are sitting around the previous highs there, just broke them a little bit, so might still provide quite a bit of resistance. Personally, I think I'll steer clear of it anyway. Aussie dollar's had a half decent bounce. It corrected itself a little bit on Friday there, corrected back into, and it's corrected back into the weekly pivot there, perhaps catching a bit more of a bounce. We'll see how that develops. Again, bit flaggy, bit of a flag pattern sitting there, but maybe in a turn, so we've got to watch for that. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, bigger time frame here. You can see it's a bigger correction that it's having compared to some lower highs, lower lows coming through here. The CAD just slightly stronger than the US dollar at the moment. Bit messy on the short-term time frames though at this stage, so we'll leave that alone this morning. New Zealand dollar is pretty much following what the Aussie is doing there. No need to really run through that. Cross pairs, euro yen's looking quite nice this morning on the lower time frames here. Again, I'd be looking for the breaks of the lows here. We'll see what happens post 8 o'clock, but there's certainly potential. Now the thing with this compared to the euro dollar's got a smaller retrace, not come back quite so strong. It's better looking. This has come back quite a way, but yes, it's showing weakness here, but yeah, the euro's better basically. Other pairs, let's not even bother looking at that. Euro Aussie still looking on the soft side. Intermediate downward trend here, still looking soft, but better than that is the Euro CAD, and we'll just run through this. So Euro CAD had a bit of a bounce on Friday there. Looking at the intermediate, there's the bounce, there's the flag pattern. It's looking soft this morning. Better opportunity, and again just waiting for this 34 to be broken. Got some reasonable chance on that. It's a reasonable flag, retraced about 50% maybe on that. Let's just have a quick measure because I can't help myself now. I've talked about it. I need to have a quick look. Or 61.8, just a bit more. Right, okay. So there are some opportunities out there this morning. Yes, Mike, I'll send you. I didn't realise I hadn't put you on the list, you guys. Right, I'll send it out shortly. Okay, that's the majors there. Sorry, don't know what I was thinking. I did it late last night. Never do things late last night. Okay, looking at gold. Gold double topping here all around the previous highs. Let's just come out of look at what's happening. Catching quite a bounce there at this stage, and little higher lows coming through on the intermediate time frames. It's pretty close to this double top over here. Double top and a double top. Let's see if it can break through these. It's had its initial reaction back there. This time whether it can actually push up. It's more flaggy. It's got bit more scope maybe to push up there, but gold looking a bit better than it has done. Looking across at I'm looking at West Texas here just in case you get confused, and when I'm talking about it, $92 and so on, barrels, well, that's where we're getting pretty close to on Western Texas. If you're looking at Brent, well, Brent's already obviously past that sort of area, and you're looking well up into, well, getting back up towards $100 here. But let's just look at Western Texas for a moment. So what's happening there? Solid continuation that we're really seeing here. There are opportunities in the afternoons, but you've got to be looking sharply for it. Can it hit about 3 o'clock there on Friday? Well, we'll see what happens today. If we get another little retracement, if we can buy into, I'll look for that later. But certainly looking more solid. Looking at the Northern American markets, so Northern American markets is just sort of equity markets. This is we had quite a solid old sell-off on Friday there. Really messed up the pattern a little bit here. Overall, I've still got a hint of bullishness about this, but this is certainly well, at this stage, looks like a decent sort of opportunity for continuation to the downside, maybe, as we run through this morning. Would prefer to have seen it run into the pivot and roll over if it's going to do it on an intraday basis, but certainly looking at a soft old day there on Friday. We'll see if it can bounce back. Dow pretty much the same picture on the shorter time frames here, and as is the Nasdaq. So all three of them coming off there Friday. The DAX held on. Well, didn't do so bad on Friday. It didn't have a big sell-off or anything, but still a come off. Watching this morning to see if it can break back above its daily pivot there later. It's still early doors here, but it's put a lower high in, and it may have a bit more of a correction to be done yet. Looking at the FTSE was holding on better last week, and yeah, on Friday it's just it just ran into those prior highs there, just through a bit. Did sell off a little bit, but not to the same extent. It's still hanging in there. It seems that it's become the darling again of equity markets, and it is holding up there. Any more bullishness elsewhere may see this also go with it and run backwards and continue running back up. Right, okay, that's pretty much it. I will, just for those that are following Bitcoin, as I look at this and just see what's happened over the weekend, and the answer to that is not a lot. So it continues in maybe its new trading, short-term trading range. See what happens this week, but not a lot kicking through there. So I'll leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and if you want continued chat or whatever else, you can join my Discord or Telegram channels, and I'll put extra posts on there and update in the afternoon of where we are relative to where we started, etc. So catch you later. Right,